Mumbai Indians, who have a pretty decent core team setup, and they made one player retire, which is Kyron Pollard, 20.55 crores. Dan Sams, Fabian Allen, Taimal Mills, Sanjay Yadav, Arjun Jaipal, Markande, Morgan Ashwin, Buddhi, Anmol Preet, Jaydev Unatkar, and Basil Thampi all are released. So, Adi, what do you think about Mumbai's strategy? Kyron Pollard is a big call. Plus, he retiring is even more bigger. So, your thoughts on Mumbai?
No, it is always good to be in the good books of Ambani's. So I'm pretty sure Pollard will be making more money than what he would be as a player at MI. Now he's a coach. There is no cap on how much you can play a coach, how much you can pay a coach, right? You can have 10 coaches, you can pay each of them 10 crores. It's fine, right? So Mumbai is not someone who is going to like look at like, hey, what is the cost and like how much does it, they're not penny pinching. So that's there. He's also going to play with MI Middle East and Cape Town, I think. So it's fine. Like probably they'll make him the captain there, like assuming Indian players are not allowed. So there's that. So all that's fine. What I like about what Mumbai did is they removed all the players whom you have tried and they have not worked. So they've been very cutthroat. Like some of the teams are like, I don't care your price, I don't care, what where you fit into the team, but if I've tried you and if you have not performed to my level of expectation of what you have, I'll just remove them, which is fair. Which I think is like a very simple formula that okay, we tried you, you didn't fit, so you remove. So they kind of did like a wholesale change of all the newer players who they bought in, right? I think Mumbai, if Archer comes in and plays, and they can get like a couple of smart buys. Again, they can play at Wankhede, and again, their bowling will look more settled. And last season they did the big mistake of sending Surya Kumar Yadav too far down, right? So if they send him up at 3, which I think they will, the batting looks a lot more settled given the kind of form he's in, right? So they're like fine. Like I wouldn't worry too much about like the Pollard thing. Like Tim David, they got like an equivalent, if not better, replacement from like current form standpoint. Right, he doesn't bowl, that's okay, but Ramandeep was promising, Brevis was promising, Tilak Verma was extremely promising. So all these players they're there, so they're all well settled. It's just about them clicking.
Vishal, I was expecting some sort of a smile when Adi was explaining how well Mumbai managed their retention list.
They did a smart move because their weak point was the paces, because they stacked up a lot of paces last time, because they knew Jofra Archer was not going to be playing. So they wanted enough foreign players to actually replace him. Now that Jofra Archer is expected to be back here, like English cricket has also released a statement saying that he'll be back to international cricket by early 2023. So which is actually a good news for Mumbai Indians that he'll play in the IPL. So if he stays fit, of course. So so I think that will be a good news for them. But what they will be looking for is somebody at 7 who can actually be a pace bowling all rounder, and a couple of at least decent spinners, because they have released 2 wrist spinners whom they had. So I think they'll be looking for at least a half a. They have it. I think they have retained Hrithik Shokeen and Kumar Kartikeya. They are the only 2 spinners they have in the squad at this point of time, along with some part-time spin of Brevis and Tilak Verma. So they will be looking for a good spinner, and then like somebody at 7 who can actually bowl. Maybe they might target somebody like a Sam Curran because he can bowl at the depth as well, and he can bat decently. Considering Jofra Archer can also strike it big if he can bat at number 8. We have all seen what he does with the bat for Rajasthan Royals. So I think that would be a decent option. But again, the problem Mumbai Indians have is that top 4 don't bowl, similar to the our Indian cricket team actually. So that would be a problem because if you look at the previous Mumbai team, they had Kunal Pandya, Hardik Pandya, and all these guys actually who could be handy with the bat. They had quite a few all rounders over there. That's what they are missing in this side.
And Shivam, 20 crores in the purse. Any key players they'll go after? Mumbai usually are hardcore pushers for the money. Like Adi mentioned, they don't care about the cost. Any key players they'll look to fill in?
They need to get a good spinner. They will go for Adil Rashid and Adam Zampa. They have to go for them. because I don't see any Indian spinner up for auction. I'm not sure of Ritik Shokeen and Karthike. They did well in one or two matches, but you need one proper good spinner, right? So they have to go for Adil Rashid and Zampa. And just on that Pollard point, of course, very smart from Bombay, but I didn't like it. I mean, yes, we need to be practical. See, if that guy in his whatever see off notice saying I wanted to play for a few more years, that means he was pressurized into retirement. And of course, with Bombay, right, they don't like their players to play for somebody else, right? And I mean, yeah, the consolation of making it the captain of a Dubai team or a South Africa team, I mean, yes, it looks good but I mean, looks good for the media, but at the end, it's a consolation. So didn't like that. Would have loved to see Pollard play, go into the auction and play well. And if Mumbai, I mean, yes, that's what I'm saying again and again. It was smart, but they could have released him and then get him back, right? I don't think anybody would have gone very hard for Pollard. So just on that point, but yeah, to your question, they need a good spinner. I don't see any spinners in their rank, and they would be playing at Chepauk, Hyderabad, and all. So they need good spinners, especially a leg spinner.
Okay, Sanjay.
I think they'll struggle big time because they haven't got Pollard and the two main Indian guys, the Pandya brothers, who pretty much bail them out every time. जब भी कोई ऊपर से wicket जाए, तो between these three guys, they would be able to get runs, overs, wickets, सब कुछ इनसे मिल जाता था. एक तो रोहित शर्मा अपने लाइफ के सबसे खराब दौर में चल रहे, वैसे भी वो IPL में कुछ अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं करते थे, तो now he'll be under more pressure. दूसरा, yes, पोलार्ड को तो रिलीज कर दिया, लेकिन आगे सक्सेशन प्लान मतलब किसको? I think they might make Surya Kumar Yadav the captain, or even Ishan Kishan for that matter, in the next couple of years. Because इस साल ये सब Tristan Stubbs हो जाए या फिर Brevis हो जाए या Tim David, ये सब चेपॉक में खेलेंगे तो इनको पता चलेगा कि टर्न्स के अगेंस्ट कैसे खेलते हैं. तो I think they will struggle big time is my opinion. But सबसे सरप्राइजिंग और सबसे मुझे अनोइंग बात, वो जो दो लेग स्पिनर, एक तो मार्कंडे बेचारा वो अच्छा खासा पहले परफॉर्म किया था, उसको रिलीज किया, फिर लिया, फिर खिलाया नहीं. मुर्गन अश्विन बेचारा कैसे तो परफॉर्म कर रहा था, उसको भी मतलब खिलाया, रिलीज. दोनों में से एक को तो रख लेते हैं, दोनों को रिलीज करके क्या करोगे? मुझे लगता है ये लोग होल्डर को फिर भी ट्राई करेंगे, बट इनका इंडियन कंटिंजेंट मुझे काफी वीक लग रहा है. तो आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाई दे विल स्ट्रगल. ओवरसीज इनका काफी
Mumbai will have to rely big time on their designated substitute fielder. I forgot the name, who would always come and just field for like 15 overs
Released.
and do his job.
Anukul Roy.
वो Anukul Roy वो भी नहीं है. Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Pollard, not just batting, bowling, sir. These three were gun fielders. Mumbai is going to struggle with their fielding. Yes, this guy Brevis is there, Stubbs is there, but you don't have any good fielders. David is, is quite slow. Pollard, the catches he used to take, he was a towering figure at long on long off. Batsmen डर लगता था कि नहीं मारेंगे straight. Hardik Pandya नहीं है, Krunal Pandya नहीं है, so fielding point. And second is just one thing on this. How do they have so many players? मतलब तीन IPLs एक मुंबई इंडियंस में कैसा था? I see 30 players on that screen. And I think we discussed this in the past. So you have one player, he was injured, so you get his replacement. So that injured player should not be there in that list, right? How do they have so many players? I think there was a cap, right? 24, 25. There is 30, 35 players. ये मुंबई इंडियन 1, मुंबई इंडियन 2, मुंबई इंडियन 3. तो मतलब क्या रूल्स भी इनका बेंड कर दिया है. तो ठीक है, my rant is over about Mumbai Indians.
But they are in reconstruction mode. According to how I am seeing, they are in reconstruction mode. 1-2 साल लगेगा वापस आने के लिए, but I think they are investing in the young talent. So we will see. Like Sanjay mentioned, it will be a test next year with so many big names not being there. But if they come through, they come through. We know the Mumbai attitude, and Rohit Sharma is hungry already with so many losses, the national team. So let's see what's going to happen.
I think this will be the only team, I think it will be the most disappointed ones when they saw that Jadeja was not getting released by Chennai Super Kings. If Jadeja would have been released, that would have fit the bill ideally for these guys. In terms of a spinner, in terms of a fielding replacement, in terms of a finisher. They would have got the whole package out there and they would have gone all out for him. But I think Jadeja not getting released did hit their plans quite a bit from a Mumbai perspective.
That's a
Absolutely.
fantastic point, Akash. I mean, if I remember correctly, Jadeja got suspended for like one season because of Mumbai Indians only, if I recall correctly. So that means they wanted him badly. I'm
Correct.
absolutely with you, Akash.